The recording started. Let me share my screen. I hope my screen is visible and I'm audible. Can someone confirm, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, noted. Okay, well, my name is Purushottam BV. I'll be the faculty for the subject called
On web 4, I did.
subject called as a telecommunication, telecom network management, which is an extension of computer networks, basically. So, what we are going to study in this is that, so the overall network management, how do we do? Followed by the things like, uh, uh, architecture and those type of stuff that we will discuss as a part of this course. The course handout is like this. Okay, hope you can see the thing. I've already shared that on the this thing also. So the subject code is CSI W0ZG582 is the code for this. So this is a course recap of network fundamentals, the goals and the challenges of the network management. So why the network management is required, all those stuff we will understand. So then followed by the entire thing with respect to the management things. There are protocol standards are there which is used for the management of the entire thing. So that we will going to study as a part of this. So there are various versions are there called as the SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol, version 1, 2, 3. So majorly we will be discussing about those SNMP protocol and their versions, etc. Then we also touch upon the telecom network management also. Sorry, telephone network. So which is going to be TMN. We call it as a broadband network management and advanced management concepts. We're going to study as a part of this. Okay. So that's the things. So course objectives anyway. I have that. I'll tell you. So textbook is the standard thing, that is network management principles and practices by Mani Subramaniam, and references books are going to be Stallings. Then it's called William Starling. So the famous author of the computer networks as well as the network security, operating system, computer organization. So many books he has written. So that is the standard author. So called as William Starlings. Okay. Then we also have reference to as a Divakara K. Udupa and TMN Telecommunication Management Network from the McGraw publishers. Then we have SNMP request for proposals. So then the request for comments, sorry, then followed by the source forge net, which will going to provide the other things with respect to the SNMP. And there are 14 modules are been identified, data communications, etc. So that we will going to cover as a part of this course. So the details are also there. Okay. Like that. So a little bit of change in the evaluation, I'll tell you that. So otherwise, I can also share one more thing for you guys, that is the recorded lectures URLs also. I'll try to put it across so that it will be handy for you. Whenever you want, you can go for it. Okay, these are the recorded lectures. And the calendar looks like this. I think you also must have received this from the BITS team. So 19th today, sorry, not 19th, today is 20th, right? Okay, 20th is the first session where we are starting, followed by next week is a holiday due to the Christmas long weekend, followed by the January 3rd, we will be starting 10th, then 17th, 24th, 31st, 7th, 14th February will be the revision class. So there are going to be around 8 sessions before mid-sem and after mid-sem 8 sessions. So out of that, the 8th and 16th sessions are going to be the revision months. Rest of them are going to be with respect to the. Okay. Then what we have for this is around the post midsem. There are no sessions, but April they are telling that Friday session on Saturday, Sundays. So they have to adjust. Anyway, it is not affecting us because of the Saturday sessions. So examination will be on May 3rd and May 10th. I don't know when the TNM will come. Is it in the first or second? I'm not sure, but we will have the things. Any questions so far, or anything you wanted to stress me, or you are not followed? Okay. So let me introduce myself so that things becomes easy for you also to know about me and like that. So also I'll also be asking you guys to give little bit of like heads up in terms of your this thing. So my name is Purushottam BV. So I hold a degree in computer science, and also I did a Master of Science from BITS Pilani only. Okay, in the year 1999 I completed 97 to 99. So I did my engineering from 91 to 95, and I was a teacher for a long time, almost 10, 12 to 15 years. I was working as a teacher in various colleges in Bangalore. I based out of Bangalore, like Dayanand Sagar College, PS College, etc. I've taught. I also got an opportunity to work abroad. I was there in Libya, I was there in China, I was there in Sultanate of Oman. So I have a little bit of exposure to the outside India also. And I have traveled extensively. I visited Australia, I visited Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, then this Sri Lanka, Turkey, then Oman, UAE, Saudi, so Libya. So all these countries I have traveled. So that's the little bit of international exposure I have. So please feel free to ask questions if you have anything pertaining to any subject that matter. I've been associated with the BITS since 2004. Okay, it's almost like 21 years I'm completing and entering into 22nd years. Those are the days where Wipro used to send the cabs to our doorstep for deliver coming to electricity office and delivering the lectures. I don't think so. You have seen the electricity office. So now because it's all that lease period is over, so now most of the things have moved to Kodati area. Then I have delivered lectures in Sarjapur main branch. Then also Papanna Street in St. Mark's Road, near St. Mark's Road. So these are the places where I have taught for both WIMS, SIMS, WAYS. Almost all the things are the we have seen, because I told I started the thing somewhere in the year 2004. So there I used to do that. So that way, please feel free to ask. I've done a lot of even dissertations also. So there also, if you have any confusions, you may ask that relevant, of course, relevant to our subject. And I stay in Bangalore. Nowadays, I work for a company called Comviva. I take care of the entire training and development in terms of technical trainings. I take care of that. So that's where my expertise. Myself teach some of the courses like SDLC, ITI, and then Scrum, and so many things which are going to be required with respect to that freshers training and lateral trainings, etc. I cover as a part of my company profile. Mostly, I'm into like arranging the trainings based on the certifications, etc. That's the major role that I play. That's my brief introduction. If coming to a personal note, I'm happily married for more than 26 years now. Have two kids, so not no more kids. Sorry, they have become adults. My son is in Australia. He has finished his masters and he has chosen Australia for his masters, and he wanted to settle there. So he is in Australia, Melbourne. My daughter is the second one, and she is doing her medicine. So in the city called Bijapur, it's within Karnataka. We have another district. There she will be studying her medicine. She is into fourth year. So she also got an opportunity to, like me, she also got an opportunity to travel for Moldova. She got selected as a like exchange program. So these are the personal front I have, and I love sometimes play some games, can go through social media. Then I do weekends. Generally, I'll stay with my farms where I have growing so much of coconut and arecanut plants, mango plants, etc. So that's the like hobby kind of things. So whenever we feel like Bangalore is get bored, you can come down and stay in the nature. That's what we are trying to do as a part of this. So you can reach me on Purushottam at wilp.bitspilani.ac.in. So if not every day I check a mail, but at least I'll try to keep it myself confident and I'll try to like answer your queries. That's the brief about that. Now, before I wanted to start, so I wanted to know your background also. So, few of you, please, can you unmute and speak about like what is that you are doing, where are you working, which is the client, all those details, what technology stack you are working on, so that I can, keep it in mind and try to give examples pertaining to that. I hope it's clear. Who goes first? Who is CR here? I can to see people photo. Surbhi Agarwal, Chitral Jain. Uh, I think mic is enabled, right?
Hello, sir.
Okay, very good. Yes.
Yeah, hi, my name is Anurag. I am currently working for Central Bank in Belapur, Navi Mumbai.
Maybe Mumbai. Okay, Central Bank. Okay, you are into
Yes,
banking domain then. Okay,
yes,
very good. You are from Maharashtra.
yes, sir.
Okay, all are from Mumbai location, or how is this batch? I don't know. Can you throw some light? Which
Hello, am I audible?
location?
Yeah, hi, myself Yogesh. Currently working for Citibank. I'm from Pune location.
Citibank Pune location. Okay. Hey guys, hold on. You guys said that you are working for bank, but you did not mention about the technology stack. Yogesh.
I worked in Ansible development and Linux administration.
Ansible and Linux, very good. So you mostly into automation, is it?
Yes, sir. Automation.
Taking care of the network related things, stuff like that.
No, sir. Upgrades, patching, and
Okay, patches,
diagnostics.
upgradation. Okay, upgrades, patching, and diagnostic. Okay, very good. That gives a little diagnose. Uh, Anupa, somebody first
Yeah.
person. Anurag.
Yes,
Anurag.
Anurag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work under Finacle, uh, Connect 24.
Michael, what is that? Connect 24. Can you
Usually monitoring stuff for monitoring.
monitoring? Okay. Monitoring purpose. Monitoring of what? Can I go little deeper?
Transactions, transactions,
Uh-huh.
and
Bank transactions,
bank
is
and
it?
transactions. Yes.
What about your call logs and all? What you will do?
We usually check for this thing, fin list fall for errors if any.
No, I mean to say now, for example, say I hold a central bank account. I did some payment, but it is not reflecting in my account. How do you test it? Like, do you monitor that kind of things, or
No,
you
we
go to
don't
the
do that.
uh,
No,
okay,
I don't
you
do
don't
that.
use the dump and all. You will not analyze, is that?
We usually get errors we check through our own
Mhm.
logs itself, Finacle.
Finacle only allows the logs, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So you will not use that TCP Wireshark tool to analyze or something? No.
No, sir.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay, then uh, who goes next? Somebody else other than this banking domain. Coffee, a bank. Two people are
Hi,
already
sir.
there in the bank. Yes.
Hi, sir.
Uh,
I'm
uh,
from Coimbatore location, so I'm working for a retail project,
uh.
not a bank
What is
one.
your name, by the by?
Bhavana.
Bhavana. Okay.
So I'm working for a retail project.
Uh-huh.
It's
What
VA&A,
retail?
sir.
Okay. Arey yaar,
PH.
I will not give you certificate. Don't worry. Just for
Yeah,
my
so my
reference, I'm
retail
noting it.
project's name is John Lewis Partnership. So it's a retail shop, like mall from UK. So I work for that project.
Okay, very good. What is the technology stack do you use, Bhavana?
I'm from infra automation, sir. So I mainly use tools like GitLab, Ansible, Jenkins, Google Cloud,
Ansible, Jenkins, then you said
GitLab.
GitLab. Okay. You don't use that Docker Kubernetes and all. You don't deal.
We
CI.
have Docker and Kubernetes, but
Uh,
that's a different.
basically, DevSecOps.
Yeah. So, but that is managed by someone from on site. So we don't actually handle it on hand.
Okay. Good,
So
good,
Docker,
good.
Kubernetes are like mainly handled by the on site guys.
Uh-huh. You also deal with something called CI/CD, the delivery part.
Yes.
Okay.
Jenkins, we use it for that.
Ah,
And even GitLab
CI/CD,
is
correct.
also part of CI/CD.
Uh-huh. Okay. Good. So you also match that CI part also, or only CD part?
No, we use we primarily use both integration and
Okay.
deployment.
I forgot to ask one more basic question, sir. You are from BSc background, or what is your this thing?
BCA only, sir. I've
BCA.
completed BCA.
Ah.
I was
Then
specialized.
yours is a ways or
WIMS,
which branch?
WIMS.
RIMS. What is the difference
I-core,
between ways
I
and
come
SIMS?
under I-core.
What is the
I-core
ways?
CIs.
What is the type or CIs means?
Cloud. This one CIS is mainly related to cloud integration and services, something like that.
Okay, let us not get into that. Okay, anybody else? Anything other than this? Somebody working on the networking side, server side?
Hi, this is Anil over here. I'm basically from Jaipur right now. That's my office
What is your
location.
name? You said Aloha.
Anil. Anil.
Anil. Okay,
Yes.
Anil, very good.
So currently I'm in Jaipur location. That's my office. I'm mainly from Madhya Pradesh. I'm working with Telenova clients, and in my particular project, I'm mainly working with ITIL domain.
Okay, very
Um,
good.
in my domain, I'm not only working with infrastructure libraries, networking. I'm working with incidents. I'm working with problems. I'm working with major incidents also. But in the project which I'm mainly working as a leadership person. I'm as a supervisor. I'm providing training with I'm providing with the process related trainings to all the new hires, all the people. I'm directly in contact with the clients, and I mainly work as supervisor and a team lead.
Okay, wonderful. I think I got some idea, guys. Thank you so much for coming out and speaking. And I, in fact, asked a lot of questions. I hope not, it's not that intention that wanted to, because more the question if you ask, we will try to understand better. That's the part of requirement gathering. So that is where like I asked a lot of questions. So ignore if you are like, why sir is asking so many questions. Me, just my intention is to understand what is the nature of like, that you guys work is important. Okay. So with that, I think we can good to start. So these are the objective of the course: provide overview of management principles, practices, and the technologies for managing the telecommunication and computer communication networks. You will be learning both theoretical and practical aspects of the network management, because this course will carry the this practicals also. That's why I asked you that concept of Wireshark, where your projects will be like practicals will be based on the Wireshark tools. Then you will going to learn something called the FCAPs, like fault management, then the connection management, then the what is that? Pa- pa- performance management, security management, and then the account management also, because it's very important for we when we provide a services, we need to provide the account also. We need to bill them, charge them, right? So that's why FCAPS is very important here. SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol, then ARMON, remote method network. So then remote monitoring network. So then some of the other monitoring tools other than Arman, and new trends in the network management domain that we're going to study. The course consolidates the sums up the entire learning, taking few case studies and examples from the industry. So we will be discussing a lot on that. So the learning outcome is, as a student, you should be able to gain the ability to appreciate the network management and their principles and various networks and the organizations that are existing. So you should also be able to demonstrate the usage of one or more network management tools. They perform a simple network management operations in the future. Then also network operation centers could be faced with able to analyze the problems, explain the possible scenarios that could lead to the problems, and design the solutions to address the operational issues with respect to the business management level. Like as Anil said, he also take care of the leadership things, management, etc. So like that, you will also learn some of the things. You should be at the end of the course able to explain and compare the alternate technologies for the network management used in different broadband access networks, etc. So this is what the evaluation scheme. Still, it is incomplete because we are yet to get some more details from the bits team. So hopefully in a week or two, we'll be able to get this. So what I'm looking here is EC1. There are three components are there, as you are already aware of that. EC1, EC2, EC3. So EC1 is quiz 1 and quiz 2. And last year, I don't know, they insisted for Viva. This year, Viva is there or not, I'm not sure. Then lab worksheets, lab assignment, these are the three components that they had with respect to this. I'm talking about the usability engineering. I don't know this what these people will decide for the coming session. So accordingly, we will going to have these components. I will revisit or revise that once I get a clarity. That's why I told star is yet to be decided and WIP that means work in progress. So once we get the clarity, we'll try to share you also. So that's the EC2 is your mid semester, which is a closed book exam where you are supposed to go to some center and you will be writing that answers and uploading the your papers. So that is the concept behind this. The duration is for 2 hours. So 30% is the weightage for that. So EC1 is totally 30%. So this is 30%, 60% and 40% is the main exam. Or if the assignment lab component is reduced to 10, then you will have 50 for the comprehensive exam. That we will let you know. Okay. All right. So you got the objectives, you got the handout, you got the like evaluation scheme, you got to know who is your instructor. All these things you have understood. Any questions so far? All right, no questions. Then these are the 14 modules that we're going to cover as a part of telecommunication network management. Then in the first module is data communication and network management overview. So we'll start with the introduction things. Textbooks, I think I already told. So this is what we are going to cover. So I already shared the recorded lectures. So data communication and network. So communication standards and protocols, network systems and the services. So then the network management challenges and goals. So introduction to the course overview of data communication, overview of the networking models. Telephone network, basically, it can be differentiated or characterized by reliability, dependable, good quality. That's the important thing. So you may say that my connection is not good, otherwise you will not be able to hear. Mostly these are happens in our team meetings also. Correct, because today world we are all working from home remotely. So where a lot of times there are a lot of disturbance will going to occur. Correct. So keeping this in the thing. So reliable means what it is expected to do, it does it. What is expected it to do, that it does, that is called as a reliable. Dependable is always there when you need it. So dependency is such a way that you always without mobile can you live? You can't, right? So that is the dependability. Good quality connection, hearing each other well is very important as a part of this thing. Good quality connection. So reasons why it is this become so popular is because of the good planning, proper design, implementation, good operation and management of the network. So this is the things which are going to be part of. Data and information is that data facts that are collected. Data are something like, something you collect is kacha or raw, we can call it as a data. The refined one is called as a information. The refined one is called as a information, so that we can put it as a part of the things. So references to any of the information, data reference refers to the any of the information which is presented in the form of that is agreed and accepted upon the creators and the users. Example, the result of exam declared. The result of the exam is declared it as a data of all the students. Whereas when you find the marks which are scored by the students, and this is called as an information because it has a processed data. It has a processed data that let you pass or fail. Data communication basically is a process of exchanging data or information. This process involves a communication system which is made up of hardware or a software. The hardware part involves the sender and receiver devices, and the intermediate devices through which the data passes is called as a. The software part involves certain rules which specify what is to be communicated, how it is to be communicated, and when the protocol is going to be used. This is what exactly we need to get it as a part of the. So communication is just nothing but exchange of data, either the data or information. So if you say data communication, data is exchanged. If you say two people are speaking, then the English words are going to be exchanged. Or if you speak in Marathi, Marathi. If you speak in Tamil, Tamil will be words will be exchanged like that. Here you will also have a process. That is a communication system which consists of hardware and the software. So hardware involves the sender and receiver devices, the intermediate devices through which the data passes, and the software part involves the certain rules which specify what is to be communicated, how it is to be communicated, and when the that protocol will decide all those aspects. Few of the characteristics of this data communications includes delivery, the important thing, right? Data should be delivered to the correct destination and to the correct user. It should not go to the improper user. That is the most expected thing. Okay. Then we have accuracy. That is also a very important aspect. The communication system should deliver the data both accurately and without introducing any errors. That is important. If it is an erroneous data, then tolerance cannot be tolerated. So that is a very important takeaway and point to be noted here, guys. So any data that may get corrupted during the transmission affecting the accuracy of the delivered data. So it's called as accuracy, we call it. It's also important for us to get into the timelines of it. Okay. The data may get corrupted during the transmission, affecting the accuracy of the delivered data. Timeliness, that's very important. Both audio and video, because it's not only that today we are using only for data transformation, but data in the form of both video and audio will be there. For example, say we all watch that Netflix, then this cricket things, or maybe any TV channels, etc., through this only, right, nowadays. So if that is the case, timeliness is also very important. If audio and video are not synchronized, then you cannot enjoy that quality of the video, right? Video quality. Exactly the same thing. So then we have this, like, real-time transmission, we call it. So for that, very well in the network, we call it as a UDP protocol is being used rather than the TCP. So if it is going to be a reliable and things like, telnet, etc., if you use, so you will be using the TCP as a protocol. Okay. So that's the. Then we have there is going to be something called as a jitter. That's the variation of the packet arrival time, and uneven jitter may affect the timelines of the data being transmitted. So that's also can be taken care into consideration. Then we have the data flow. In the data and telecommunication networks, how the data is flowing. The data can flow between the two devices in the following way. So there is a transmitter and there is a receiver. I hope you know the basics, right? So transmitter is the one who sent the data and receiver is the one who receives the data. So there are three types of data flow can happen. One is the simplex, where only one-sided communication, that is unidirectional, we can say. So radio is an example for the such thing. So only one of the devices sends the data and the others are only receives the data. Right? So there is a radio station. I think radio means you may not understand today. So it is going to be FM, you can say. It's all FM today, right? Not the earlier amplitude modulation. So it's all your frequency modulation. So FM you are using digital way kind of things. So in our days, earlier things, so All India Radio, Ceylon Radio, so these kind of things, Vividha Bharati. So like that, they used to do the things. There used to be like how they were spending a lot of things for the radio transmission also those days. But nowadays, there is no radio at all, right? So somebody, rich people used to keep that for the, what is that we call it, radios. Even then later after radios, the type recorders came where they can record and play that with the help of audio cassettes. Then after certain days, then the concept of this TV came. After TV, now it's all OTT something and all we are using it, right? Device based things. So that is the simplex thing. Then half duplex is both sender and receiver can send the data. Means both the parties can exchange, send the data, transmit the data. So, but the problem is any one at a time. Not both of them can speak together. So, one is at any one point of time, only one side can do. So, when one device is sending, the other can only receive. And the other is sending, then this side it has to receive it. This kind of thing is what we call it as a off duplex. Example is the best example is a walkie-talkie, where those people will be using this entire thing. And full duplex is something like a both side can transmit as well as receive. Example, our telephone networks, our telephones, mobile networks are the examples for the same. Sometimes there is the meeting what we are conducting also, the other side also they are talking, we are also talking, so both of will not understand. So that's why it's very important. There are some telephonic etiquettes that we need to follow, right? So this is how the telephone network model looks like. So one is a sender, other one is a receiver kind of things. There is a regional center, where class 1 switches are being used, sectional centers, class 2 switches used, primary centers, class 3, toll centers, end office. There is always a end-to-end offices that communication will going to happen, but there are going to be a for regional centers you will be get connected. For example, say let us take an example. I am there in Kumaraswamy layout, which is an has a telephone exchange, and my area is called the telephone Kumaraswamy layout. Where is it? It is there in Bangalore. Where is Bangalore? Bangalore is there in Karnataka state. Where is Karnataka? Karnataka is in India. So here, whenever we talk about network, so the hierarchy is very, very important. So country, then state, then the like district, then it could be a taluk, then it could be that center. That's why we have a telephone exchange in Kumaraswamy layout. That's why I took that example called the regional center. From here to the houses, the wires, cables will be there. Through the cable, data will be transferred. Then this Kumaraswamy layout will be connected to Jayanagar Central Exchange or Bangalore Central Exchange. It will be no, this Bangalore is connected to some other thing like Hubli or Dharwad. From there, it will be connected to other stations like Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, then something like UP state, then followed by Delhi. Like that, it may be there. Now, for example, say same side is true in Delhi also. Same thing is true in Delhi also. There is a regional center, there is a sectional center, there is a primary center, toll center, end office will be there. So Delhi end office, from Delhi end office to Dwarka, Dwarka to another sector, so many things, and there is a telephone exchange like that. This is what we do is going to be the things which is going to be called as a telephone network. The telephone network model works as a call from the customer line is routed from a primary trunk switching center, then secondary trunk switching center, tertiary trunking center, trunk switching center, and international gateway. That's how you can also. Earlier days, STD IST was very, very popular. I don't know whether you guys have seen or not. So if you recall around 15 years, 20 years before, so this STD IST booths were there. Because I still remember when I was doing my engineering, no, I wanted to call somebody, then I used to go for the STD centers. Because there is to be a phone in their house. So if you want to speak, then you have to go like that. Those time, it was not having any mobile, etc. I think I got my mobile somewhere in 2000 or 2001, if I'm not exactly correct. 2000, maybe 2002, 3 hours pass only. I got the mobile. That was Nokia or something. I got it from Dubai because there the cost is cheap. Okay. Okay. So then now it is very cheap in India only when compared to any other things. So except iPhone or very high-end mobiles, right? So it is easy. Now we can get it a SIM card, etc. Those days it was not there. And even for home internet and all, we used to get a broadband connectivity. That modem used to be there. So from telephone to modem, modem to this, so much of hangama used to be there. But now it is all easy. Easy. So don't worry about it. Without the cable, you can get the connection to your house now. Wireless things are also there, right? So that's exactly the technology which has advanced. Geo is giving that Geo air fiber, right? Which has come almost 1.5 2 years before. Earlier it was not there. So otherwise, you used to get a modem from optical thing, that is FTTH, fiber to home. So that concept we had, right? Then circuit connection is to be set up required. That's why sometimes we try to dial a number, from that to ringing tone there is a little bit of gap. During that gap, it is trying to look for the connection. It is trying to look for the connection. So that connection establishes. So that is where exactly this regional center to another regional sectional center, sectional to primary, primary to end office, or toll office to end office will require some time to establish. So few seconds of the delay where it will go to look for the connection to be established. So QoS is the quality of service which is ensured by the operations of support systems by constantly monitoring the different parameters of the network. Quality of call is measured in terms of signal to noise ratio by trunk maintenance system. So this is very important. So when we are, let us say, we are traveling for such a long distance, so there are chances that error might get introduced. So that's why signal to noise ratio is the reduction of those errors, if at all any errors has got entered. And this you can visibly see that. So sometimes if it is raining or cloudy, lightning, etc., there you can experience this loss of data. So signal to noise ratio is a measure of a signal strength relative to the background of the noise, measured in decibels. So that's important. So today satellite links are also there, which is going to be international gateway or submarine cables which have been laid out in the transatlantic ocean. The national tandem exchanges, regional tandem exchanges, then local tandem exchanges, then the local exchanges, then the customer lines. That's how the national telecommunication network, which has got a primary center, secondary, tertiary, and centric transit 3. So some networks better than the others is because of the if you take BSNL in India, we call it as a BSNL Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, or public switched telephone networks in any of the general any country it applies a PSTN. The best example of traffic engineering provided a guaranteed quality of service. That is the key to the success of the management and operation of the network. Operations support systems to ensure that the quality of service, constant monitoring of the network parameters, call quality is continuously measured. Restoration of service and finding the alternate means of service are priority during the outages of this. Monitor the telephone network parameters, that is signal to noise ratio, transmission loss, call blockage, etc. Traffic pattern observed constantly. So traffic pattern observed constantly, and corrective actions are taken if needed in a real time. High emphasis on the restoration of the service. Network management done centrally from network operation centers, that is NOCs we call it. So next we have the telephone network management, which is done by the network operation centers. So telephone is a reliable and dependable network. The quality and the speed of connection is good, and it is for a domestic call. If it is going to be a international call, you may experience some disturbances. Reliable, it provides the voice call for the communication purpose. Dependable because it will work when we need in emergency situations, like 911 is the emergency calls. Then we have QoS, quality of service, maintaining the same clarity for long distance calls as well as local calls. A support network that interfaces to the telecommunication network to provide the means for transporting and processing the information. A framework for achieving interconnectivity and communication across the heterogeneous operation systems and the telecommunication network is what we are looking for. So this is the some of the fundamentals of the network communication based on the theoretical aspects of both electrical engineering and the computer engineering, and then the computer science and their applications, which is in terms of software. So network is an interconnection of nodes and links. You can see that nodes are En, In are the nodes here. End node, intermediate node. In is intermediate node. En is the end node. Information from one node to another node is carried by a link. Node can be either terminating or intermediate or terminating node, like that also possible. So intermediate node redirects information from one link to another. End offices acts as the end nodes. Node can add or drop information channels and switch information between the two links. That's the node connectivity. End node has a connection to user interface if information originates or terminates. The interface can use equipment like audio, video, or DTE, which generates the accept the digital data. Digital data can be accepted. Here you can see the data communication network, which consists of terminal, modem. Then this will be connected to the loop, where loop is going to be a bigger telecommunication network. It might spread across countries, regions, continents, etc. Okay. So even nowadays also, if you have a in your house you have a internet connectivity, there is a modem is required, right? Without modem it cannot work. That's exactly we are looking for. So transmission of data is either analog or digital form. Digital data is directly generated by the user equipment, or if data is analog, it is converted into digital. Thus, the handling of these digital and analog plays a very important role in the case of multimedia services. Data from originating and terminating nodes can be sent through the direct link via or intermediate node. There are three modes of data transmission which can happen. So one is circuit switching, packet switching, and the hybrid possibility. What is circuit switching? So there is a computer to another computer. The path is established with the help of switching stations over the telephone network. That's called as a circuit switching. For example, say I wanted to connect to the Delhi. So from again, I am starting from Kumarasamy Layout house to Kumarasamy Layout Telephone Exchange. Then from telephone exchange of Kumarasamy Layout to Bangalore Central to the north thing, then somewhere in Nagpur, Maharashtra, then some places in the Madhya Pradesh, and then to some places in Uttar Pradesh, then Delhi, and Delhi to again Delhi Central to Dwarka, Dwarka to that particular sector to house, like that. That's how that's entire thing circuits should be established. If the circuit is established, then it is a reliable communication, guaranteed of the service which is going to be going from one place to another place. Okay. So that concept we call it as a circuit switching. Whereas packet switching is also similar to this, but instead of establishing the circuit, we try to dump all the packets in the things. For example, say I wanted to send Bangalore city is a garden city. It will be divided into 2-3 packets and all the packets are dumped. Now they may travel independently from different paths based on the traffic conditions, etc. But finally that will be received by the receiver, where the assembling of the data will happen. So packet 1, 2, 3. So ordering will be done. After that, it will be read as a message. That is called as a packet switching. So for circuit switching, we use a TCP as a transport layer protocol. And for the packet switching, we use the UDP as a transport layer protocol. So where UDP is called as a user datagram protocol and TCP is a transmission control protocol. So it also becomes a distributed environment, computing environment, where distributed uh, computing environment consists of LANs with hosts and workstations. Possible for one or more workstations to communicate with any other. Data terminating equipments are connected to the different LANs and that are far apart can communicate via telephone network, either public or private switched wide area networks. LANs are interconnected to WAN link with bridges or routers. Two aspects of the distributed computing environment. So first aspect, so then the different platforms and applications running on the DCs have the ability to communicate with each other. Bell Systems, a telecommunication provider, and IBM computer vendor. Second aspect is that ability of the processors to do multiple functions that attach to the local area network in the form of a client server environment. This is multiple LANs interconnected through the bridges and routers and forms a wide area network. The other model is called the client server model, where client is the requester and server is the one who serves the things. So both will going to communicate to the request and response kind of thing. Each client's request is processed by the server according to the first in, first out rule, FIFO. Why first in, first out? Because network means FIFO. The delay could be minimized by concurrent processing or request by the server. There are TCP/IP based networks which are going to be a protocol suite that enable the network to be interconnected. So TCP in the transport layer and IP in the network layer. So forms the basic foundation of our internet today, which is also called as a internet model, right? An alternate to that internet model is going to be your what we call OSI reference model. IP is an internet protocol that network layer level, and TCP is a connection oriented transport protocol and ensures end-to-end connection. UDP is a connectionless transport protocol and provides a datagram service. and internet email and much of the network management messages are based on the UDP or IP. For example, say we wanted to send the set up that the internet configuration. So what we do? So we have a domain server, etc. So where Joe is the person who wanted to send an email to the Sally. Both of them are in different networks. So the goes workstation Joe sends it to LAN A, then it go to through the bridge and router to LAN C to the gateway, that is a wide area network, and from wide area network gateway to the another gateway, so which is again another WAN, and again to that another gateway where that will be end up in the LAN X, from LAN X to LAN Z through the bridge or router. Then in the LAN Z will ensure that it will get delivered to PC of Sally. So that is the concept of what we call it as a internet. How does it work? Whenever we talk about this, lot of architecture protocols and standards comes into picture. Otherwise, what happens, every country, every region will have their own thing, so which will lead to lot of confusion. So for this purpose, modeling of communication system, which is comprising the functional components and operations interfaces between them. These communication protocols are operational procedures, infra and other inter modules are going to be considered as a part of this. Communication standards, agreement between the manufacturer on protocols of the communication equipment, on the physical characteristics as well as on the operational procedures. There are certain procedures which are going to be there. That's called the communication standards. So user A and user Z wanted to communicate. So multiple layers are being used. Then peer-to-peer protocol interface is there. There exists a physical medium which can directly transfer the data from and to. Suppose say if you consider the OSI reference model, there is going to be a transport layer and conversion of things will going to happen with respect to that. So that is also possible with respect to intermediate system. So this is the OSI reference model, which consists of the 7 layers. So physical layer being the bottommost and application layer being the topmost. APDU we call it. AP stands for application presentation session. Transport network data. E stands for physical layer. APST NDP, you can put it as a this thing. So remember. So physical layer basically transfers to the and gathers the physical medium raw bit data, which is raw bit is in terms of either low or high voltage, right? Bit 0 or 1. Handles physical and electrical interfaces to the transmission medium. Consists of 2 sublayers, logical link control and the media access control, MAC we call it. And then we have something called the this thing. So logical link control formats the data to go on the medium and perform the error control also. MAC controls data transfer to and from the LAN and resolves if any conflict with respect to the addressing to whom it has to be delivered. Network forms the switching or routing of the layer. Transport where it multiplexes and demultiplexes the messages from the applications. It acts as a transparent layer to applications and thus isolates them from the transport. system layers. Makes and breaks the connections for connection-oriented communication, controls flow of data in both directions. Establishes and clears the sessions for applications and thus minimizes the loss of data during the large data exchange. Provides a set of standard protocols so that the display would be transparent to syntax of the application, data encryption and decryption. Provides an application specific protocol for each application and each transport protocol system. PDU communication model is how the things. So for this, I have one small video, so maybe you can enjoy it and appreciate it. Okay, I think I might have forgotten to share this thing. Let me share along with the video. Give me a minute. Somebody can confirm whether you can see hear the audio also.
Let's say there's a problem with the network. If we go through this model, checking every layer, we can soon
It's audible, sir.
diagnose the problem.
Okay.
For example, layer 1.
So let me start from the beginning. Okay.
In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the OSI model. So, what is the OSI model? The model is a theoretical stack of 7 layers that can be used as a reference to help understand how networks operate. The model was introduced to standardize networks in a way that allowed multi-vendor systems. Prior to this, you would only be able to have a one-vendor network because the devices from one vendor couldn't communicate with others. It's worth noting at this point that we don't actually use the OSI model. We use something called the TCP IP model. The concepts are exactly the same, the layers are slightly different. So if we don't use the OSI model, why would we bother learning it? Well, that's because it's still referenced a lot when troubleshooting or describing network operations. Let's take a look at the layers starting from the bottom up. Layer 1 is the physical layer. The physical layer is the lowest layer of the OSI model. Its key responsibility is to carry the data across physical hardware such as Ethernet cables. Layer 2 is the data link layer. At this layer, the physical addresses are added to the data. This is the source and destination MAC addresses. Switches are located at this layer. The network layer handles IP addressing and routing. At this stage of the OSI model, the source and destination IP address are added. Routers operate on this layer. Layer 4, the transport. The transport layer of the OSI model adds the transport protocols such as TCP and UDP. TCP, for example, is used for error handling and sequencing to ensure no data is lost. This layer also adds the source and destination port numbers. Layer 5, session. This layer is responsible for establishing and terminating connections between devices. Layer 6, presentation. This layer formats the data in a way the receiving application can understand it. This layer is also able to encrypt and decrypt data if needed. Layer 7, application. This layer is where the application and user communicates. Application-specific protocols are used here, such as SMTP, if you're sending an email, for example. A really good way to remember these layers is simply all people seem to need data processing. APS-TNDP. So to fully understand how this model works, you need to see a real-world example. Let's say you send an email. The data travels through the OSI model, adding and processing data on each layer. Now this process is called encapsulation. Step 1, the application layer. Outlook creates the data, the email you wrote, the email addresses, etc., etc., and gets ready to send it using SMTP, which is the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Step 2, presentation layer. The data is formatted in a way the receiving device will understand. In this example, probably ASCII. This layer could also encrypt the data if needed. Step 3, session layer. A session with receiving mail server is started. Step 4, transport. This is where it decides to use TCP or UDP. In this case, we'll use TCP to make sure every packet gets delivered. Also, the source and destination port is added to the data. Step 5, network. The IP address of the mail server is added as the destination, and the source IP address is also added to the data. Step 6, data link. The MAC address of the router and the source MAC address of the host is added to the data. Step 7, physical. The data is sent out on the network using Ethernet. So when the data reaches the other side, the receiving device will process the data in the same way but in reverse, starting from the bottom up. Okay, so that's the OSI model, but how can we use this to troubleshoot? You may have heard the term, oh, that's a layer 2 problem, or sounds like a layer 3 issue. When you hear that, that's people referring to this model. Let's say there's a problem with the network. If we go through this model, checking every layer, we can soon diagnose the problem. For example, layer 1, are all the cables plugged in? Is the network card functioning? Could it be a faulty cable? Layer 2, maybe the switch has gone bad. Layer 3, is the router functioning? Do I have the right IP address? And the process goes on and on from there. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, remember to subscribe, comment, and give a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.
Okay, that is the thing about your thing, what we call the
in the corporate.
Now coming back to this, so this is how the OSI reference model is used for troubleshooting, etc. Now this is compared with the TCP/IP, where transport layer is divided into TCP or UDP. Then in the network, we call it the IP protocol is used rather than the SNICP, SNDCP, or SNDAP. So physical layer, data link layer are merged together to form like host to network layer, we call it, are not specified by the things. So application is application. So session and presentation are merged together to form a application kind of thing. So both OSI and internet users are going to be using a lot of protocols. That is like Telnet, FTP, SNMP, blah, blah, blah. Equivalent of them are virtual terminal, FTAM, then MOTIS, CMIP, etc. was the concept. But now throughout the worldwide, we use the latest one, that is your internet model only. So these are the differences between the two, that is OSI user and the internet users. So virtual terminal, telnet, file transfer access management, and here it is called the file transfer protocol. Then message oriented text interchange standard, simple mail transfer protocol, common management, simple network management protocol. So again, these are broadly classified with respect to the TCP and the telephone network. So terminal here is called the telephone. Here we call it the PDAs or PCs, workstations, etc. Application is voice. Here the it could be a file, message, voice, image, video, etc. Bandwidth requirement around 64 kbps. It is very dynamic based on the applications and what you wanted to exchange. So it may varies from kilobits to like megabits per second. Transmission UTP and optic fiber. Here it is UTP, coaxial cable, and optical fibers are going to be used here. Network elements like switching elements, multiplexers, cross connects, etc. Here it is called as hub, switch, bridges, and routers. Telephone number, intelligent networks, so MAC, IP, port, domain name, URL, etc. So fixed are seldom used for the network configuration, change frequently here in the network configurations. So then we have the growth stable or not changed. Here growth is going to be in dog years, so new applications. Network management, well planned network operation centers, network management tools or systems are going to be used. What are the technologies being used for to manage and what are the challenges of the technological progress on the network management is what we are going to view as a part of the management. In the management view, network is a utility which is just nothing but the computers and their users are the users we are called as a customers and the network utility. The network must be something like accommodate the needs of the customers and computer usage increases the so there's the requirement of the network utilities. Resources will be used to manage the network. The network utility is not free of cost, so someone must pay for utilizing that. So that's why we need to have a proper accounting also. Manpower is required to support the all the network utility uh, softwares or tools, etc. Utilities don't bring money into the organizations, it's an expense item to the corporation. So that's why cannot justify network based productivity improvements. So you should also, as a management view, know when to upgrade the system. So keep an audit and trace the changes. Keep a history of your network operations. A network designer, you need to explain the management of how the network design is done, even with the high expense and can save money or improve the company's business. And one need to understand how the network assists the company in making money and play on the strength when you are developing a network design proposal. Try to show a direct correlation between the network design project and the company's business. It will also involves accounting. Know when you have the problem. So these the things on trend analysis towards which is more important in the market and what is to be given priority. Network really can be bought as a three parts. One is connections, communications or protocols and the services. So try to work on this design project so that you can get the better things. Connections are provided by the hardware that ties things together like wire or fiber or wireless transport mechanisms, routers, switches or hubs, and then the workstations. Thus, the technical view includes the OAM and P, that is provisioning, operations, administrations, and the maintenance, which will going to bring a lot of cost for the communication protocols provides by the software a common languages for two systems to communicate. That is the understanding between the two TCP/IP, IPXR, SPX, AppleTalk, other network operating systems. Then services include, which is the heart of the networking, cooperation between two or more systems in terms of applications like Telnet, FTP, HTTP, or SMTP. So this is the top-down view of the network management things. So network management can be done into provisioning, operations, and the maintenance. Under provisioning, you have a planning and design. Under operations, you have a fault management or service restoration, configuration management, performance management, or a traffic management, security management, accounting management, reports management, then inventory management, and data gathering and analysis. So these are the things which are going to be part of this. So all these things we will go to see in the coming chapters or the classes, so that we will have the complete visibility of this. So we have the network provision, which is a process of preparing and equipping the network to allow in order to provide services to its users. Consists of network planning and design. So needs what are determined through analysis. Network management tools are helpful to the engineering group to gather statistics and study the traffic pattern. Network operations and NOC, which is the network operation centers. ISO has defined the network management applications as per the. Lastly, let us touch upon the FCAPS, which is stands for fault management, configuration management, accounting management, performance management, and security management, which is just nothing but a fault is just nothing but a detection, isolation, and correction of the abnormal operation. Whenever there is a fault occurs, how to overcome with that. Then similarly, configuration management, identify the management resources and their connectivity, discovery, etc. is going to be configuration management. Account management is keep track of the usage of the charging, and performance is monitor and evaluate the behavior of the resources, and security is allow the only authorized access to control. So some of the standard management frameworks includes SNMP version 1, 2, 3 with respect to Internet Network Management Framework IETF standard, or OSI Network Management Framework ISO ITUT we call it. ITUT stands for International Telecommunication Union for Telephone. Telecommunication Management Network ITUT like TMN for M3000 series, and Distributed Management Task Force DMTF, DMI, CIM, and WebM are the standards. Telemanagement Forum like MTNM, ETOM, and etc. are the things with respect to standard management. So status is that just nothing but the SNPP management and limited CMIP management, and some of the OS will going to play a role in the status. Whereas future trends includes object-oriented approach, services, and policy management, web-based management, XML-based management are the trends which are going to be there for the things. Yes, any questions? Let me stop meanwhile the recording. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Guys, hope you are clear with my speed, or is it am I fast or slow? You can suggest me so that accordingly I can